Here we go, folks. Back again like I left some. So I hope y'all enjoyed my my top 10 DC figures in my collection of 2017. But right now, what you're about to embark on is top 10 Hasbro Marvel Legends of 2017. My top 10. Now in 2017, we've gotten 7 waves from Hasbro, from Marvel Legend. And man, they spit out a lot. That's about the average. If you actually count the Black Panther wave, which I did receive and have in my possession as of right now, I am going to throw those in there because I know they're street dated for January the 1st, but I received them in 2017, so they're going to have to go on the list. Now, granted, there are certain figures that I've gotten this year that were old. Those will not be included. I'm only going to focus this time on the figures that actually got into my possession and released in 2017. Alright, so it's so many figures to go through, to move, articulate, to go over the sculpt work. I mean, it's just a lot. So I don't have a bunch of time to be going through old figures, you know, even though they were old and I received them in 2017. I'm not going to, you know, put them here. I'm also not going to include builder figures in this one. Because I believe the builder figures, and I believe I'm going to do a separate video for a builder figure ranking and list. Like I said, we got 7 builder figures, 8 if you include Oki from the Black Panther wave. So I'm going to just rank them 1 through 8, right? And then we'll do it like that. That'll be a little bit later, maybe after I do my top 10 Star Wars Black Series figures of 2017. So I hope you're enjoying everybody's content, because I know a lot of YouTube creators, including myself, is putting out their top 10. I'm having a good time watching everybody's, hearing everybody's opinion. But at the end of the day, I'm going to formulate my own opinion, just like you should formulate your own opinion. So if you have quite a bit of legends like myself and other YouTubers, go ahead and list them down in the comments if you have the time to do so, or just list your top Hasbro Marvel Legend of 2017. That would be dope. That would be great. It's hard. It's very hard to do. It's very challenging, but I'm always up to the challenge. Before we get into the motion of getting into the list, I got a little mail to unbox real quick. I mean, it's my channel. I can do whatever I want. But I was talking to a good friend of mine, out here in Hawaii, and I've never opened up a box off camera, and I'm not going to start now. So I have no idea who this is from. Matter of fact, it just has my name, my address, and it's from Amazon. I don't order from Amazon because of the way my Amazon account is set up. So let's go open this up real quick. We'll slice them on open, see what this is, because I really don't know what's popping off. And in here, wow. Keep your gift a surprise. Unwrap your present before opening this envelope. Unwrap your present before opening this. Look at this. Like, there's a card on here. It says a gift for you. The reason why I'm opening it, because it could be a legend. Like, if it's a legend, I might want to put it in the list, you know. So I gotta open it. Let me see. Hi George, enjoy your gift from Raymond Wright. Merry Christmas. Really, dog. I was wondering who sent this to me, man. So, okay, my good friend Raymond Wright. My good friend Raymond Wright. Let's see. A Batman mug. Nice. I guess I should have opened it when I did my Batman stuff, but It's not a figure, but at the same time, I drink a lot of coffee, and definitely going to be pouring my coffee before I leave house in the morning. And I'm always going to think of my good friend Raymond Wright. I thank you for that. Look at that. That's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Dope indeed. And you know what? I'm keeping the bag, sir. This is a very nice bag. I love the bag. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Call me a pack rat. Whatever. Hey, but without further ado, let's get into the business, what we came here to do. Top 10 Hasbro Marvel Legends of 2017. Let's get it on the way, baby. And away we go. All right, and away we go. Coming in at number 10 is from your Sandman Build-A-Figure wave, Spider-Man 2099. I mean, this figure is a great figure to pose, and it was a joy for me to obtain. It was actually obtained to me by a good friend of mine, Ryan, the #1 D-bag. He stays out there in the Bay Area of California. This was also a very hard figure to hunt down. I was trying to hunt this figure down, and it was very challenging, and he was just so gracious enough to bless me with this figure, and I'm ever so grateful and thankful. I mean, this figure is nice. It's got the nice butterfly joints there. I mean, the paint is just immaculate. I love the paint scheme. I love everything that they've done with this fig. I mean, a lot of people, if you zoom in real closely or look real closely, you can, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but you can see like kind of like a smile right there on his face. That doesn't bother me. The fig itself is just absolutely great to have, to own, to pose. Great fig. So it would have been higher on my list if it had changeable hands, if we had some interchangeable hands, like some thwip hands or something of that nature. But definitely coming in as number 10, Spider-Man 2099. I believe this is based off the comic book that came out in 2015. Somebody probably need to fact check me on that, but I believe that's when the first issue was dropped of this version of Spider-Man 2099. So definitely a great fig. All right, so next we have popping in at number 9, no other than Moon Knight. What they did with this fig, I think, was very unique. I believe this is a unique body mold, at least the top portion anyway, for Moon Knight. They did great with it. The cape is nice. I love the 2 batons that he came with. We've seen these batons again and again with Daredevil, but there's still it's still a nice add-on to have Moon Knight with the batons. That he also came with the type of, I don't know what you would call them, the crescents that come out of his moon. He has interchangeable hands. Great fig, great to pose, great balance. You can do a lot of cheater poses because of the cape itself. Just a great fig and a joy to have and to pose up. I took a pretty good amount of shots with him and Daredevil. This was a great addition to the Marvel Legends collection, and kudos to Hasbro for doing a great job on a great fig. So again, number 9 is going to be Moon Knight. All right, coming in at number 8. This may be a shocker to some, but this was definitely a sleeper for me, because I definitely was sleeping on this Shatterstar. This Shatterstar figure is dope in my opinion, and he can pose very, very well. I love the paint and sculpt work. Love the shoulder pads that went into making this one. I mean, it doesn't hinder the movement at all, because the shoulder pads does lift up, and it's attached right here to his his small sized scarf that he has. I mean, to the details that they put into his 2 well, I'm not going to say ponytails, but two tails that he got going off to the side, and the ponytail here is sculpted very nicely. It does not articulate, so do not try to move it. You probably end up breaking it. But definitely a great rendition of Shatterstar. This came in the X-Men Warlock Build-A-Figure wave. Great fig. I do enjoy and like to pose this fig around as well, and do enjoy looking at the subtle details that they've put into this Shatterstar. Very nice fig, very sleeper for me. All right, another shocker for some, but I had to put him at number 7 is Green Goblin. And I understand that this is a retool of the Hobgoblin that we've gotten before, but still, it's to me, this one was great. This one was great. To the pumpkin bombs they have, to the satchel they included, to the scales that they have, and the detail and the paintwork. I mean, the glider is absolutely dope in my opinion. Ears, face, the red eyeballs they got going on. I mean, this is a dope fig out of your Sandman wave. I enjoyed it. I enjoy looking at it still. Like I just received it. It's just that it just leaves that type of impression on me. And such a classic Spider-Man villain, all in itself. Green Goblin. Wonderful job they did, Hasbro. Another hats off and kudos to them for this one. Number 6. Wowzers. HasCon exclusive X-Force Deadpool. And now understand, this Deadpool did not fall on my list because of how hard he is to get or obtain. He fell on my list because I enjoy him, and he was another one of these figs that I just loved posing and messing with in 2017. They did a lot of things the same on this one than they did with the first one, but they also did a lot of things different. It's again, great addition, especially if you're trying to build that X-Force team. You're gonna need this guy with his water pistol right there, or cap gun. You're gonna need this guy. You're gonna need an X-Force Deadpool. I really do hope that they release this guy for the masses again. I mean, I'm talking retail here, because I believe everybody should own one of these in their collection. He's definitely a dope fig. I mean, good gracious, super posable. Can get him with so many different shots and angles. He's loaded for bear. I mean, great fig. Very, very great fig. Number 6, HasCon exclusive Deadpool. All right, now before we move on and go any further on the list, gotta do some damage control here, because there is a lot of, and this was tough for me. So, but here are the honorable mentions that I definitely cannot leave without mentioning these awesome dope figs by Hasbro. On the far right, we got Old Man Logan. Definitely a great fig. I wish they would have had butterfly joints, but I understand why we couldn't get butterfly joints, because of the jacket that he came with. And it's a great looking jacket. They did a fabulous job in sculpting and molding this jacket, making it look leathery, if you will. Face sculpt is pretty decent, you know. It's not all the way there, but you know what I mean. It's not bad neither. So definitely have to mention the Logan, the Old Man Logan there. And man, what can I say about this one? Jeez, now this new face print technology that they're hitting off, Hasbro's hitting off with this Black Panther wave. I mean, this is absolutely fabulous. And then the sculpt work that they got going on in her legs. Then these battle rings that she used. I don't know the appropriate name for them. And she has the Black Panther symbol right there, right in her midsection. I mean, it's just, this is a great fig. Good gracious, a dope fig. And we definitely need double jointed elbows. I don't know how many times, not just myself, but other folks are definitely wanting and needing double jointed elbows on our female characters on the line of Hasbro. I mean, I just wish they would just incorporate that. She would have definitely fell on the list. Also, if she would have had an ab crunch, I would have most definitely put her on the list. But you cannot deny the scope work and the attention to detail that they put into this fig. I mean, it's just absolutely fabulous. Knocked it out the park. I flipped back and forth whether I should put on the list, whether I should not, but it's just too many dope figs that had those things that I'm looking for in my figs, such as butterfly joints and ab crunch, double jointed elbows. I mean, it's just so many that are very well executed. Another one here is this Black Panther. I mean, now granted, look at the skin tone on this Black Panther is not the skin tone of Chadwick. It's not. They kind of messed up on the skin tone and a little bit in the sculpt work as well. But the Widow's Peak is nicely done, and the way it's executed within the sculpt work of in the Black Panther costume. I mean, this is how it's looking that I've seen from the previews. A lot of folks has mentioned that, you know, they prefer the Civil War Black Panther. I mean, that's their prerogative, and you know, you prefer what you prefer, but I definitely prefer my Black Panther with butterfly joints. I definitely think that was a great add-on and feature that they put into this fig here. Even the mask. The mask is very subjective. A lot of people don't like the mask, but guess what? If you don't like this mask, then you're not going to like the mask that he has in the movie, because this is pretty much accurate to what's going on. I mean, it's a lot of scope work and attention to detail that they put into this thing, and I just like to thank Hasbro for, you know, for hooking it up like this for us collectors. I mean, if you really look in there, you really dive into that mask, that is a lot of scope work and very intricate sculpting going on along in this mask, and it's very much appreciated by myself. Yes, no fig is absolutely perfect, but guess what, Hasbro, you did a fantabulous job swinging right out the gate. This was the last wave that and probably I believe the last purchase that I've gotten in 2017, and I just have to say that it's great. And I like it, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying messing around with it. I'm enjoying posing it and getting a lot of dynamic poses out of it. So kudos to Hasbro for this one. Also, another one, might I add, that they did a great job, another movie fig, is this Hela. Now, I do enjoy the comic book rendition of Hela that we've gotten back in the past, but this one here, so spot on, so accurate to the movie here. I mean, how can you not enjoy the sculpt work and the attention to detail that they put on this one? I mean, jeez Louise, I definitely have to give credit where credit's due. I have no problem doing that. So definitely these four have to be mentioned as an honorable mention, because they're doing great. They're doing great looking and setting where I have them in my collection. All right, 5 more honorable mentions that I gotta have. I gotta give recognition to is definitely Nebula, Gamora. You got Jessica Jones right here in the middle, Groot in the far back, and then this homemade suit Spider-Man. Wow. Let's start with Nebula and the way, oh my goodness, this is sick. Look at this sculpt work here. Like, oh, so nice. From a uniform to her hands, to her skin tone, to the different shade of purple right down the stripe. I mean, this is so movie accurate. And the reason why it's not really falling on my list again is, you know, you're not getting much for an ab crunch. You know, you're not getting a lot of great posing out of this. I mean, yeah, her waist does turn, but as far as a crunch, you get nothing. So I couldn't, it was just too many other people, I mean, too many other characters that was deserving of being on the actual list other than this Nebula. So again, a head nod to Hasbro for giving us such attention to detail type of fig, but we just really was missing some little details that we needed to see out of this Nebula that we just didn't get. So for me, I couldn't put her on the list. Also, the Gamora, another fantabulous job, made up word, that that was done by Hasbro. Again, such likeness to Zoe, the actress that played this character from Guardians of the Galaxy, Gamora. I mean, nice holster right here that houses the weapon very nicely. Again, no ab crunch, no double jointed elbows. Would have took this figure to a whole new level. But I do appreciate the sculpt work and what's given, especially in the gun. I mean, it's not much paint going on in that gun. I mean, it's a little washed, which is nice, but again, can't just fall on the list. Again, Jessica Jones. Great looking rendition of Jessica Jones to the Netflix show. Very nice attention to detail in the zippers that they have here, and their gloves, the wash on their jeans, looking great. But she came with no other hands. She came with nothing. It's just this right here, and then the Build-A-Figure piece. That was it. So, I like the pockets. You know, they got on the back of the jeans. It's nice. The hair flows great, but missing some of those things that I need. Again, homemade suit Spider-Man, very well done. Came with two thwip hands and then closed fist hands, which was great. You had an option of having the hood down here, or it came with also, you know, a hood where you can have the hood up. It was great. Looking at the socks that come all the way up to about the knees. I mean, just a great job. They did great with it. I mean, it can't. Yeah, Hasbro misses marks here and there, but I believe when they do make them, that they should be applauded for it, and I have no problem doing that. And again, that Groot back there in the far back, so much attention to detail. You know, it's hard to leave him off of my list. That is. I think that was the best movie Groot that we've got. We've gotten one Groot before, and he was just okay to me, in my opinion. But this one they knocked it out of the park. So really did enjoy this Groot and the rest of the other figs that's being mentioned in these honorable mentions. All right, here we go. Falling at number 5. No other than that Jim Lee Cyclops. Now this fig right here, I don't know to some people, but to most, this one was another tough one for me. Like, and I got to give a head nod and a shout out to Unboxing Art. He got in touch with me through Instagram and said, "Hey, I got what you're looking for," because I had video of me trying to find this Jim Lee Cyclops right here, and he's one that everyone was trying to get, and I have to put him where I put him on my list because of because of these straps. I mean, what a pain. These things fall. I still haven't super glued mine or glued them in place, but the reason why he's at number 5 is because I definitely wanted one for my X-Men team. Definitely needed one, and this is a great rendition of Cyclops, Jim Lee edition. So well done. I wish we would have got at least one more interchangeable hand, because all we getting here with this one is, him basically pointing, well, not pointing, but trying to get the right tone going on for his optic blast that he uses. So no interchangeable hands, just the hands that you see here, but still great fig to have, great fig to own, and they did a great job. Besides the loose straps around his thighs and definitely his shin. All right, coming in at number 4 is Sunfire. Again, from the X-Men wave, your Warlock Build-A-Figure wave. Great fig. I'm pretty much a sucker for butterfly joints. Definitely enjoy these butterfly joints, and definitely needed for a very posable and active character in that X-Men universe. I mean, it's a Marvel universe, but not on the X-Men team. This fig is great. I mean, this is a very underrated fig. This is you gotta understand that this fig, it can go and it can get into just about all the poses you need it to get into. With it having a butterfly joint, with it having waist articulation, and definitely a fantastic ab crunch. Sheesh, I mean, good gracious, this thing can really go in. If you haven't had a chance to pick him up, I would say please do. But definitely well deserving, I think, in my spot at number 4, Sunfire. All right, here we go. Coming in at number 3. None other than the invincible, comic book accurate Iron Man. My. Now, I'm quite sure a lot of people was definitely surprised at this Iron Man when they got him in hand. If you don't have him in hand, don't worry, don't fret, you will. From my knowledge, that when movie waves come, they come in an abundance. So if your area does not have this Okoye wave, Black Panther wave, you will see it soon enough. Trust and believe. But this Iron Man, in my opinion, is definitely the best Iron Man that Hasbro has ever even given us. Now, at first showing, I was not even feeling this Iron Man. I mean, he doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, so I was like, you know what, it's not probably real important for me to get it. But then once I seen him on pegs, and I was taking a look at certain reviews, I was like, nah, I can't pass on this one. I mean, this one comes with Tony Stark comic book accurate head sculpt, which is done extremely well. I like the cow lick that they got going on that head sculpt. Jawline is dope. The goatee is done very nicely. I mean, like I said, by far, this is the best Iron Man that Hasbro has ever given us. The articulation on this Iron Man is the best articulation that we have gotten from an Iron Man in the Hasbro form. So very well done. He comes with 2 interchangeable hands, 1 open hand, 2 open hands, 2 closed fist hands. Then he has this arm cannon right here that you can put one of his blast effects there, right there in that hole. So yeah, Hasbro, nicely done, well executed, and hats off to you for that one. Number 3, invincible Iron Man. All right, here we go. Coming in at an astounding number 2. none other than Bullseye from your Marvel Knights Man-Thing Build-A-Figure wave. Wow, they really knocked this one out the park. I mean, he comes with definitely have the throwing knives there, and with the effect of him actually throwing 3 of them, he comes with his pistol right there in his right hand. Then you got a holder for the pistol. Also, he comes with a knife, and he also has a sheath that you can hold that in the back. I mean, this is an outstanding figure, and definitely, in my opinion, he belongs at my number 2 spot. This thing went above and beyond the Toy Biz Bullseye. A lot of people probably wouldn't think so, but I do think so. And the amount of detail and articulation that's done with this guy is outstanding. He also comes with an extra face sculpt, screaming with that missing tooth right there. That thing is menacing right there. Got the Bullseye symbol straight up embroiled right in his forehead, etched out. It's looking crazy. Details to the ears. It's just a nice looking face sculpt, nice looking figure in general. Very nice, very well executed by Hasbro. It also came with a gun pointing hand, and then another gripping pistol hand that you can put on his left hand. So 2 pistol trigger finger hands. Great job. Excellent figure to have. Wonderful, smooth, easy butterfly joints. Just, they did it. They nailed it. And he is very much well deserving of the number 2 spot, in my opinion. This Bullseye is just, yep, got him, Hasbro. You got him. You gave us something really great in this fig. Excellent work, excellent job. All right, so now before we get to my number 1, another set of honorable mentions. From the right, you got Angela. Ooh, what a great fig. I mean, even though it's a female fig, and yes, she's missing, the common things that Hasbro doesn't incorporate in the female figures, such as double jointed elbows and ab crunch. She's so well sculpted, so well done. She cannot be left out as being an honorable mention. Then you have Colossus in the back. I really wasn't feeling this suit all the way. I really love the Jim Lee suit. But in order to have that, you got to have the Marvel Select version, which I haven't been able to obtain. But still, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Hasbro. But he's definitely done in a very, very well done Colossus. I love the size of him. Also, he came with another bearded head sculpt, which was pretty dope as well. In the middle, we have Cosmic Spidey. He came with 2 other head sculpts. One, him without the actual face, with the mouth covering of the spider webbing, and he also came with a totally unmasked version with the bearded Peter Parker head. Very mature looking bearded Peter Parker head we got with that. I mean, this was very well done. I know a lot of collectors are using this head for other figures to emulate basically another figure. So great paint work they did with the Cosmic Spidey. I mean, absolutely great. And then we have Ares. I think this Ares was a great head nod for us collectors to have in our collection, especially those who missed the Build-A-Figure Ares. So this one this one basically filled that void of having an Ares. The only thing about this Ares here is, you know, his neck articulation was very, very non-existent. Let's say that. He should be able to look up. He should be able to look down. He can look side to side, but he's missing that important up and down movement that he need. Then to the far left, we have Beetle. I mean, this figure was also very well done, very posable. Love the way, you know, you can put the wings up, right? Well, not the wings, but this beetle shell. You know, this thing is actually articulate. You can put it up. You can raise his wings up, get him in various flying poses, so on and so forth. They just did a great job with it. I was happy to obtain it, and actually very surprised of how much of a great job they did with this figure. So definitely he had to been an honorable mention, because he was definitely a sleeper for me. So in posing him, I was pleasantly surprised of, you know, what he can do and what he can accomplish as far as posing ability. So honorable mentions, 2017 Marvel Legends. All right, here we go. The last set of honorable mentions we have from the right: Dark Hawk, Adam Warlock, and then we have the Black Suit Spider-Man, and then to the far left, Jane Foster Thor. Wow. Can't leave here without mentioning these figs right here as honorable mentions. Awesome rendition of Dark Hawk that we got from Hasbro this year, same as the rest that's up here. Yes, I know the Black Suit Spider-Man is nothing but a retool, but guess what? I loved it. I loved it. I love how well he balances. I love, you know, his black suit, of course. And then the Jane Foster, wow, really, really surprised me. And please do not attempt to adjust your mobile devices or your TV screens. Jane Foster Thor is actually on one foot. She balances better than I expected her to balance. Wow, I mean, look at this. I'm just gonna set her right here. I'm gonna move some figs around so you can really see what I'm talking about with this Jane Foster Thor. I mean, this is a dope fig, everybody. I need everybody to understand that this is another one that I slept on when this wave first came out. Everybody was after the figs that they was after. I myself was like, Jane Foster Thor, okay, whatever. But once I got her in hand and got to posing her, I mean, blew me away. Oh, and look, now she's making me look like a fool. You see this? This is what figs do. They make you look like a fool. But definitely worth picking up. She was balanced right before I start talking about her well. But there she is, Jane Foster Thor, looking great. Smooth looking fig. Again, missing all the components that the male counterparts have with Hasbro Legends, but still a great rendition of this fig and this character. Now for my number one fig, 2017 Marvel Legends, none other than Erik Killmonger, Golden Leopard. This fig right here did it for me. Even though he was a late rendition, coming in very, very late, he absolutely blew my socks off. Now, this figure is going to get a very mild review because this is why I love this fig. Not only does he have butterfly joints that I absolutely love, but the attention to detail and sculpt on this figure is absolutely amazing. Come in close, you can see the very fine details and print that they put into his face sculpt. Absolutely amazing. Looks up very, very good amount. Looks down very good amount. Left, right, 360 turn with the head. I mean, everything. This fig is, it already looked well from when I first seen him, the production shots. But when you really get in close and see those leopard spots and attention to detail they put into it, it got me. It got me all the way wowed. Attention to detail in the toes, claws on the toes or toenails. They just did an absolute fantabulous job with this one. Total gush fest on this. I mean, yeah, I wish they would have had an unmasked head, but seeing as how they kind of botched the Black Panther unmasked head, I'm kind of glad they kind of left that alone. He did come with two gripping hands, so he can hold his two weapons here, and then two closed fist hands. But this fig, and the issues that we have with the Civil War Black Panther, with when you crunch him far forward, it left a piece to stick out from his back. It was very unattractive. You're not getting this with this one or the Black Panther. So I'm glad they rectified that issue and fixing that. He bends back quite a bit. It's just a great fig to have, and what a way to end off 2017 with such a great fig and such a great wave in general. So there you have it, folks. That's my list. I hope you enjoyed what I put together. I hope you understand that everything is subjective. It's what I think and what I loved posing and enjoyed looking at on my shelf, so on and so forth. If you can, leave your top 10 or your top fig of 2017. I appreciate it. Love you all. Hope you do your diligence in collecting what you need to collect in 2018. And like I always say, be patient with yourself. Be patient with your hunts. And if you're patient enough, even an egg can and will grow legs. Love what you collect. Collect what you love. Let's keep on doing what we love to do, which is collecting. And I'll see you next time. Plastic Addict out.